Hi guys and welcome to today's video. Today I am in my PJs because it's very early in the morning. It is currently 4 minutes past 7 in the morning. I haven't started work yet, so I thought I would do a quick filming sesh before I start work today, get ahead of the game, because I know that we've been like a day behind for DIY advent calendar recently, so I want to try and catch up with all of that. So the only way to do that was to film before work, so I wasn't getting dressed before 7 AM. It just wasn't happening. I was just too tired. I still am. My hair hasn't even been brushed through yet. I put on some brows. That's about it. So, day 10 of DIY advent calendar. I'm trying to be really happy, but I'm like, If you have no idea what my DIY advent calendar is, the premise of this video will be all in the description bar below. I say it in all my videos, but just if you don't know, the description of this is all in the description bar. Funny enough, that's quite fitting, isn't it? So if you have no idea what this is, if you've just clicked on this, if this is your first video, hello. But if you have no idea what my DIY advent calendar is, please just check the description bar down below. Quite fittingly, it describes exactly what the premise of this video is all about. It describes kind of everything, fills in the blanks. So hopefully that should give you a bit of an understanding. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them and I will surely answer them for you in the comments. What else? I'm tired. If this is the first video here, I'm sorry that this is your first video here. Please just check any other video apart from this one because I'm tired, dishevelled, and I'm trying my best. So the day is the 10th, or the date is the 10th. It's right here. Oh, it's a heavy one. Exciting. Please don't be something difficult because I need to start work in an hour. And I really just want something quite easy. Oh! Oh! I haven't played around with this in bloody ages. This is the Rimmel London Perfect Match or Match Perfection foundation, and I have not played around with this foundation in a long time. This is the new one. This isn't like I had the original, and when I say the original, I mean the original one I bought when I was 16, possibly 15. I have liked this foundation. This is probably the first foundation I ever tried, ever. Like this and maybe the Wake Me Up. Like these two foundations from Rimmel London were probably the first foundations I had ever tried as a wee person, wee human, little tiny fetus of a child, thinking back to how young I felt now. I don't. That made no sense. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I need caffeine. I haven't even made a cup of tea yet. I know. I'm really excited. I haven't played around with this in so bloody long. And this is really good. This is good. I should really be using the makeup that I have, and that's one of the reasons and I've been saying it in every video, but I'm just getting a primer. That's one of the reasons I've been loving doing this year, is that I've been trying out products that not necessarily are just old, but just products that because I know I like them, I tend to just skip them because I'm like, oh, let's try something new. I know I like that. Let's try something different, you know, people are bored of that, you know, people don't want to see that, it's old, try something new, but actually I then tend to neglect the things that I love. So I'm just applying this primer. It's just my Project Pan primer all over my face, and I might apply this with a sponge today. I can always apply it with a brush and just blend it out with a sponge, but that's how I used to love this foundation, either with the Real Techniques buffing brush or with the Real Techniques sponge. So I'm going to prep my face and change the battery on my camera because it's flashing at me, wet my sponge, and then we'll be back in business. I'm going to give this foundation a bit of a shake. I've just wet my beauty blender, which is so stained. This is what happens when you have a light beauty blender. This was the pale pink and it just constantly stains like the shade of a foundation, which whatever. I mean, I know it's clean, so that's enough for me. I'm just shaking this up just because I'm not gonna lie, I have not used this foundation in possibly 2 years. Maybe 1, maybe 18 months. More than 1. I'm just gonna apply a couple of pumps to the back of my hand. I've got mine in the shade 100 Ivory, by the way. Oh my god, my voice is cracking because it's so early in the morning. Love that for me. You know what, as soon as I put this on my face, I was just reminded how much I truly loved this foundation. It's so natural and skin-like. It's just such an everyday foundation. I used to wear this to school. Oh my god, the smell. Oh my god, the smell makes me so happy. It just takes me back. Oh, it takes me back to being a school kid. Oh, this makes me so happy. Do Rimmel London still sell this foundation? I hope they do. Oh, look how beautiful this is. Why do I not wear this more? Do you know what? I might put this in my project pan for 2021 to just use it. Or I can just pick it out more, I suppose. I really, really want to in 2021, as kind of like a New Year's resolution for this channel, to get back into doing my Foundation Nation videos, which were, I mean, I only did like 3 of them, I think, which is a total fail whale. My Foundation Nation videos were videos where I tested a foundation out for a whole week. I wore it with primer, without primer, different products, you know, wore it with powder, didn't wear it with powder, applied it with a sponge, applied it with a brush, and gave you like a full review of the foundation and how it performed and how I liked it according to my skin type. And I kind of rated it at the end out of 5, I think it was, and I really enjoyed doing those videos, and I don't know why I stopped. It just kind of became something that I just stopped doing for some reason, and I really enjoyed doing those videos because sometimes with foundation you tend to pick up your favourites all the time. I'm just going to go in with another, like maybe 1.5 pumps just to scatter across the face. I'm using this sponge so it is shearing out a bit more, but yeah, you tend to pick up your favourites all the time and not necessarily use everything in your collection. I mean, I've got some brand new foundations behind me that I've had for plus 6 months and still have not even broken the seal on yet, which is disgusting. And it's really shameful. So 2021, I want it to be the year where I try out my makeup more, like the makeup I already have, give proper reviews of foundations like this that are still like relics in the makeup world, but are actually still amazing. Like in a minute, I will just zoom up on my face and just show you the situation because this is beautiful. Zooming you in, I just wanted to show you this foundation. I have got a bit of eyeliner on, so if you can see that darkness around my eyes, I thought I'd be really clever and put a little bit of eyeliner on my eyes to waken me up. It didn't work, it just dragged me down even more. But look at this foundation, it's so glowy. It's actually quite a good match for me. My neck is so much lighter than my actual face and the rest of my body, so normally I'd either fake tan or bronze. Don't look at my neck is what I'm trying to say. It's a good match to my arms, which is what I tend to match to, just because it's much easier to match to my arms than my chest or my neck because they're so pink toned. But this foundation is beautiful. Let me just show you. Like even on the forehead, hopefully you can see this. I can't really get much closer without standing up, and I really CBA to do that today, but you can see that I have dry skin, and recently my skin has not been doing that great. It's been really textured and dry. This looks really nourishing, really lovely. It's not oxidized, and if it has by literally a quarter, like 0.25 of a shade. Oh, how lovely. How lovely. I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup off camera, get dressed, and then I'll be back just to talk to you about how products laid on top of this, and just talk a tiny bit more about this foundation, because why not talk about such a beautiful foundation? Look at this, look at my cheeks. This is beautiful. It's a really, really beautiful foundation. Why do I not use this more? I'm so angry with myself. Okay, and we are back. Let me just take this hair clip out of my hair. I've just straightened it for the first time, possibly this year. Definitely the first time since March, that's for certain. I never straightened my hair, and it was so frizzy today that actually it probably needed it just for its own health. I know that sounds silly, heat for health, but it needed to be groomed, it needed to fall in line, and my god, it feels good to have straightened hair. I've got to start work in about 15 minutes, so I will wrap up this video pretty swiftly, but I'm really, really happy with how this makeup turned out. I really, really, really like this foundation. I forgot how much I did enjoy it, so I'm just turning around the security label because that's ugly. But I forgot how much I really like this foundation. I did put a powder on top of it, which I don't regret, but it's in my project pan and I just wanted to set things down, and because I'm working with a headset and things like that, I don't want it to transfer onto my headset. And you never know, I might film another video today after work if I seize the power within me. you know. So I set it down, which did obviously cause everything to mattify a bit more, but everything has layered beautifully on top of this foundation. My concealer layered beautifully on top of it as well. Everything just layered beautifully. It smelt like my childhood. I absolutely love it. My skin looks really, really great. I think it doesn't look cakey or makeup-y at all. Obviously it's evident I have makeup on even from just looking at my face, but I think it's really, really beautiful. This might be a good go-to for when I return back to the office and I want something not sheer, but I want something not completely full coverage, beaten face, like oof. I just want something like the in-between, a medium coverage, and that's what I'd say this is, a medium coverage. It's definitely buildable, it's got a beautiful finish to it. I think this shade match is pretty good. I know it's kind of like a hair off, but I didn't bother bronzing down my neck today because I'm wearing a jumper, so I was like, sod it. So I really, really like it. I really, really like it, and I'm so glad that this almost has re-entered my life, even though I've already had it in my collection. I'm really, really glad that this was behind door number 10. It's such a brilliant one. Just to kind of read off the bottle, it says it's got 24-hour moisture hydration, which, yes please, I'll take that. It says pore blurring effect, which I would agree, it has got this lovely blurring effect without being silicone-y. It's very smoothing, that's how I'd call it. I mean, if you had very enlarged pores, I would still recommend using a primer. The only primer I used today was like a vitamin hydrating one that's just in my project pan that is like the TARDIS, it's just never ending. But that's the only primer I used today, just like a smoothing one that is more hydrating than smoothing. But yeah, if you had enlarged pores, I'd just use a pore primer. It says invisible coverage, visibly protected skin, SPF 20, 1 fluid ounce, 30ml, like the average foundations. Really, really hyped that that was behind my door. Hyped that I've used it for the first time in a long time. Hyped that it still smells. I've just shoved that literally up my nose. Love that for me. Hyped that it still performs the same and still smells good and hasn't gone funny. This is the problem with having too much makeup, is you forget what's good, you know? You forget what's good. So really, really enjoyed today's video. I hope you have too. Sorry that I've been like one video behind, like a day behind recently. I'm going to try and upload this as soon as I possibly can. It might be that I'm still a day behind, but I'm hoping that if I can film another video I can kind of catch myself up a little bit. So I am sorry that I'm a day behind at the moment. I fell flat there, but please do thumbs this video up if you have enjoyed and you are still enjoying my DIY advent calendar series. It does take quite a lot of effort, even if it is just filming a 20-minute video. What you're seeing is, well, less than 20 minutes hopefully. You're seeing a 10 to 15-minute video, but actually the preparation behind that does take a good 2 to 3 hours. The editing, the setting up, you know, everything behind it does take a while. So I hope that you are still enjoying them, and if you do, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. It just lets me know that you are receiving these videos well. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's free, just click subscribe, ring the bell because then you'll be notified of all the videos that I upload. I upload every single week and you wouldn't want to miss out on more content from me. And I'm uploading every single day. I'm uploading every single week, but I'm uploading every single day at the moment, so what's not to love? What's not to love? Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe. I hope you have an amazing day or evening, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.